What if I told you the loudest guy in the room, known for silencing everyone, was finally silenced himself in front of millions? And what if the person who did it didn't yell, didn't flinch, and didn't raise his voice once? He just asked one question, and in less than 30 seconds, his entire strategy, years in the making, collapsed. How did it happen? And why are people still talking about it months later? You're about to see why this wasn't just a political showdown. It was something much bigger. Tucker Carlson thought he could silence Jonathan Roumie. He interrupted him 6 times, each one louder and more aggressive than the last. The room fell silent. The tension thickened like static before a thunderstorm. But on his 7th attempt, Roumie delivered a line so precise, so devastating that Carlson, the man who built his reputation on never being silenced, was left completely speechless. That moment didn't just stun the room, it broke the internet, and it proved something far deeper. The most powerful response to bullying isn't shouting louder. It's showing up prepared, composed, and unshakably clear. The televised panel discussion was supposed to be routine. Tuesday morning, a current affairs segment, reporters ready, cameras rolling. Tucker Carlson, the polarizing media figure, sat confidently on the panel, suit pressed, smirk in place, backed by years of experience in verbal combat. He'd debated countless times. He knew the playbook: control the narrative, interrupt before the question lands, flood the air with rapid-fire rebuttals. Across from him sat Jonathan Roumie, an actor known for his portrayal of Jesus in The Chosen, a figure whose public persona embodied calm authority and spiritual insight. Roumie, with a quiet intensity that belied his profession, wasn't just ready, he was calculated. His own disciplined preparation had studied Carlson, analyzed every one of his interruptions, pivots, and dodges. He didn't come for a viral moment, he came for clarity. But Carlson wasn't prepared for someone who had come just as armed and far more disciplined. From the very first question, Carlson began cutting him off. "Mr. Roumie, you're falling for the mainstream narrative. You're selectively interpreting facts. This is liberal talking points, not critical thought." Each interruption was designed to throw him off, to derail his momentum, to make him look unprepared. But Roumie didn't flinch. He paused, he listened, he let him talk. Then he asked again, "Mr. Carlson, if your commitment to unvarnished truth, as you frequently declare, is paramount, why did your program repeatedly amplify the assertion that the 2020 election was stolen, a claim for which your own network's legal team later admitted in court filings there was no credible evidence?" Silence. Roumie continued, his voice steady. "You broadcast allegations that inspired real-world violence and eroded faith in democratic institutions, even as you privately acknowledged they were baseless. You literally presented as truth what you knew to be false." Carlson went pale. Roumie leaned in calmly. "So, Mr. Carlson, was that journalistic integrity or cynical opportunism?" The studio audience froze. For once, Carlson didn't have an answer, and he wasn't done. He reminded him and everyone watching that his own work had been dedicated to conveying profound truths and embodying conviction, often challenging the superficiality of prevailing narratives. He had faced down skepticism and doubt, always with an unwavering commitment to integrity. "You interrupted me 6 times because you didn't want the American people to hear these questions. You attacked my background, my sincerity, and my grasp of the real world. But what you didn't count on was that I'm unshakable." Carlson, who had made a career of never losing control in public, was visibly shaking. His smirk was gone, his posture collapsed, his hands gripped the table, and Roumie never raised his voice once. That moment, quiet, calm, and unrelenting, spread like wildfire. Within hours, the clip was trending on every platform. But the part that resonated most, it wasn't just the data or the gotcha, it was his composure. "I've spent my career seeking truth, and I've learned that it rarely needs to shout to be heard." That single line was shared by thousands of EU corporate professionals, students, activists, people who had been dismissed, talked over, written off. For them, this wasn't just a political win, it was personal. Tucker Carlson had built his brand on being untouchable in verbal combat. He was the provocateur, the master debater, the guy media outlets booked when they wanted to guarantee sparks and controversy. But Roumie flipped the script. He didn't match aggression with aggression. He used Carlson's interruptions as evidence. Every outburst became proof that he didn't want to answer real questions, and he let the silence do the talking. After the segment, Carlson's team scrambled. They accused him of grandstanding, claimed he was chasing a viral moment, but the clips didn't lie. 6 interruptions, one poised, devastating response. A man silenced by the very tactics he thought made him invincible. And the fallout didn't stop there. Political strategists, legal trainers, and communications experts began calling it the Roumie Template, a new standard for how to handle aggressive interviewers or debaters. Prepare thoroughly, stay calm, let them unravel. Communication departments and debate clubs added the exchange to their curriculum. Leadership coaches used it to demonstrate real authority. Because this wasn't just about policy, it was about power. The old playbook, dominate the room, control the mic, interrupt to win, had met its match. And it wasn't shouting. That beat it. It was precision. It was truth. It was timing. This moment proved that political power is shifting, that calm doesn't mean weak, and that the best way to fight interruption is to never let it derail you. So if you've ever been silenced, interrupted, or underestimated, let this be your reminder. You don't have to yell to be heard. You don't have to fight dirty to win. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stay calm and keep going. And when the time is right, ask the question they can't answer. If you appreciated this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. What did you think of Roumie's strategy? Let us know in the comments and share this with someone who needs to see how silence can speak louder than words. We'll see you next time with more political moments that change the game. What if I told you the man known for out-talking everyone in the media landscape was finally silenced live on camera, and not by shouting, but by one perfectly timed question? What happened in that studio didn't just stun the panelists and viewers. It exposed a tactic that had worked for years and dismantled it in real time. And the person who did it, an actor known for quiet dignity, most people underestimated until he spoke. Trust me, you're going to want to see how it all unfolds, because this moment didn't just go viral. It became a blueprint for how to stand your ground when someone powerful tries to talk over you. And if stories like this matter to you, if you care about truth, power, and the people who dare to speak up, then go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. We've got more moments like this coming, and you won't want to miss it.